Wonderful day and welcome back to another video from the Beginner's Guide series. This time we're gonna tackle the last bigger area we still have to manage, which is the guild area. I am currently, as you can see here, on the raid server. Yeah, there's a lot of people online, just don't mind about it. We just not here for that, we are here for the guild stuff. Guild stuff had restrictions, which are apparently not really like working anymore. It could be mostly just intentional, like we had with the warehouse feature. Yeah, the limitation and restrictions regarding guild stuff is either not working or actually intentionally removed, which is actually fine with me, because in like this smaller space, there's like some limitations not needed, like the automatic disband when there's guilds not like used for a while. As soon as you reach Hunter rank 2, you maybe want to check out the guild reception and create a guild. If this is a reader on your private server, doesn't matter. The guild offers some features which can be actually used by yourself if you play solo and still benefit from it. So if you go over here and talk with the guild receptionist, then you're gonna notice that you have a few options here. You can either join a guild, you can start a guild. You have the guild menu, the alliance menu, the guild rules, and view guild board. These two options down here we can completely ignore, and we're gonna look at these options. First of all, the join guild option. We have a few options in here too. We can either find the guild by filters, like a motto, the guild rank, the guild master ID, etc. Then you can register to join. It is some sort of like yeah, something you looking for. There's like a different options you can like put in here, and then you can register to like, yeah, looking for guild board, which then can be viewed here on the view candidate options. That is mostly for, yeah, guild leaders who are looking for specific members or something. So it's mostly not used at all right now. It's also not translated, so probably not even useful for most people. I'm not even sure if it's actually working, so we're just gonna focus on the main way people do it. So if we try the find guild feature out, you just can look for whatever you're looking for. We're just gonna look for any guild that has the setup now recruiting on, and then you're gonna like see the list of all the currently available guilds. Down here, the green text means that you can expand the list, because you have only a certain amount of guilds you can look up here, of course. Then you see the guild rank and the guild members, the guild leader and the guild name. But of course you can also start a guild, which so far has no limitations from what I know. You can just start a guild and you need to choose a name. We're gonna do a little test guild right now for this video, real quick here, so you can go over the features that the guild offers, and then we're gonna go on my private server to check on the different things inside the guild. First, we're gonna choose our name here. There's some limitations with the name. I think you can't even put a space in here. You need to fiddle around a bit with this, because there's some limitations in terms of special symbols, etc. So I'm gonna put just test guild YouTube in for now. We're gonna delete this guild anyway later, so it's just good for testing. And we're gonna hit yes, of course, under registration, and then it shall be just done. The first thing most people intentionally or instinctively do is, hey, I have a guild now I can enter the guild hall, right? No. So if you want to enter the guild hall, it's gonna tell you, oi, guild could not be accessed or is currently unavailable due to not having joined one. That is just a translation error right now, so it basically just means that you don't meet the requirements to join the guild hall. That is because the guild hall itself on the features unlock when you reach the guild rank 2. How to do that? Well, donating RP points. Because now that you have created a guild, usually you have more options, of course. Mainly speaking of, the guild menu at the receptionist. And the alliance menu is also available. First of all, the guild menu is pretty much just managing all your guild stuff, but entering the guild hall is only available on the rank 2, as you can see here. To do that, you need to donate points. The option is here. And you have two options here, the event assistance and the guild rank. We're gonna check the guild rank first, and here you can pretty much donate RP points to your guild to increase your guild rank. You need a certain amount of points for certain ranks, and don't get confused here that it says Avalanche Guild. It's currently guild rank 4. This is because it didn't update properly yet, because the guild we just created for the video, which is, you know, it didn't update yet, so we just use this for purposes right now to show off, so it's fine. So RP points are distributed to you every 30 minutes you're playing. Every 30 minutes you're playing the game, or like being in-game locked in, will yield you 1 point, RP points. These points are in the background, and even if you're not in a guild, these points should still accumulate. And when you then log out, these points will then distributed depending on your playtime. If you also have the N Cafe curse enabled, then on top of that, this timer will be halved. This means instead of 30 minutes 1 point, you get every 50 minutes 1 point. And then you can go over here and donate these RP points to actually just rank your guild up, because the guild has a maximum of 17 ranks or levels, and depending on what level your guild are, you unlock different features. So you definitely want to do that first. You also have the option to go to the event assistance, where you can donate RP points, which are used for buying special items, which you can see over here in the guild assistant option. These items are only decided by the guild leader. So if some people in your guild donate these points anonymously, now what the guild leader, or that you agree that the guild leader you have is using these points for something your people actually want, right? Also, I'm pretty sure the monthly gift option is not working currently right here, so there's that. And this one is also not really updating, I think, but I'm not sure. But for the sake of it, we can actually redeem points here, which is the important part. So the guild leader can actually go here and then grab whatever items. Why this only allows the guild leader to redeem these points, I'm not sure, because obviously items from rarity 3 are tradable, but anything else above is not tradable. So technically, these ticketed items here are not usable by other people, only on the guild leader, because he can't even trade them to its people. So I'm a bit confused about that, since some people obviously want like event assist tickets or guild commendation, right? Just keep that in mind if you're using this. Then we have also the view candidates option, which I talked earlier about. So the guild rank, we can talk about the levels, the guild rank, and what you usually like get for leveling up. You need a maximum of 1,200 points for the rank 17 of the guild. That is the maximum points you need. From what I know, these are the official numbers from the game itself, and obviously, as you can see, when you play solo, this definitely takes longer, as in regard when you have multiple people that donate points to the guild level and then just leveling up faster. Let's go over the levels and what you get for actually leveling the guild up. So at rank 0, when you just start the guild, you got nothing else except the guild chat. Then on the first level, which is 24 points, you get the alliances menu, you can change the guild icon and the motto. How you do that is pretty much under the menu over here. If you go into your options menu, you have like the different things, and then you have also the guild menu. If you have a guild, then this menu will be accessible to use to manage your guild stuff. So as you can see here, you have a variety of things. You can check your status, you can manage different things, you can see the member list, you can see the alliances, the guild goals, and the bonuses it gets on rank 10. So talking about management and that we just unlocked alliances, mottos, and guild icons, you can just open the admin menu as you see here, and then you have different options from there. You can manage join requests from other people. I will put some footage in here and helped me to show you how the process goes if you're accepting a member to the guild. It's pretty simple, and thanks to 10 from the raid server to assist me there at doing so. manage invites, you can manage guild mails, reject people, you can edit the logo, motto, comment, disband the guild, or the maintained requirements. And these requirements are what I talked earlier about, is like the auto disband thing. So I think this is completely abandoned for now, or like not working, so that's a good thing. And we're gonna focus on the things we just unlocked. So you can edit the motto, which is pretty much like a prefix icon and motto for like what your guild wants to focus on, without like using the comment feature to maybe get a clearer message in. This is like a simple and quick way to just say, oh, we are looking for newcomers, feeling shoot the breeze while you play, like just relax playing, right, and chatting, and then you just can confirm this, and you will see this reflected in the status menu. Then you can edit the logo too, which is actually pretty not complex, but you can actually get really creative here. You have like a different way of slots there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8 slots, where you can put in different icons and mix and match them together to, yeah, create your own little like unique icon, which is kind of neat. So if I put like, for example here, a Rajang and, I don't know, a Gurren Zaburu, then I can put on top of that, like, I don't know, maybe 2 long swords, and then I can go over these icons and edit them. Then you can like move them around, you can rotate them, you can enlarge them and make them smaller, and pretty much just manage your little icon here. This is pretty neat, and probably like a standard feature for certain MMORPGs. I'm just baffled how much fun this is. And yeah, you can just get creative with this and do whatever you want, I guess. Showcase purposes, we're gonna put Gurren Zaburo here, and then we can also put like the long swords over here. It would be nice if you could like more precisely edit these, but I think they're fine how they are, right? And of course, as you can see here, items also like overlap, so you can change the order to make something like go over the other icons, right? So if I put this 2 in, then you can see the longsword behind Rajang's back is now in front of it. It's like a simple layout system you see in any image editing software these days. Pretty simple on that. You can also change the colors on these icons, which have no like fixed color, to get a little bit more fancy there. Once icons obviously you can't color, which will be fine though, or which won't be actually fun to do, but you know, I guess it was too much for the engine back then. But you can just save your icon then down here when you go on to confirm, and you have a new icon for your guild just done. Go crazy with that and have fun and check that out. Then you have also the comment edit, which I just said you can just put a little comment in there for the guild to see, to make maybe some message clearer that you don't accept certain people or you're looking for certain people, etc, etc, whatever you want. Then you have the members list, which you can check out and manage members with like resigning as a leader and giving someone else the leader role. There's like a leader and a secondary leader role, and then all the other people, and you can just like change the order and stuff. You can also put alliances later, which we're gonna come to. And then guild goal is not working currently. These were pretty much little buffs for the entire guild. I'm not sure how exactly they work. I talked with Wish about it and he said they just don't work currently, so we're gonna need to wait until this is at some point fixed. These goals are like sort of, how do I say it, is like little mini quests or stuff like that you need to, and people can work towards, and then everyone gets a buff in the guild, I'm guessing. I'm not sure how this works with the alliances later, but I know you get some sort of like guild buffs. They could also be time-based. I'm not sure if this is a permanent, but they do have some effect. Like for example, 40 in the raw damage is one of the goals you can do. And then you have the bonuses which unlock on 10, which are for the cats only, but we're gonna come to that bonus later. Well then, I did forget to record talking about alliances in the game for the guild stuff, and I'm gonna re-record this real quick post-production. Alliances are pretty much merged guilds in, well, an alliance. The benefits for doing an alliance is First of all, that the guild chats for all guilds that joined an alliance together will be joined together too. So this means if you talk into the guild chat, all alliance guilds will have the same chat window. So you can like communicate with each other over guilds inside of the guild chat, which is pretty nice since the guild chat is taking over into Quest 2. So you can, while being on Quest, communicate with all up to 3 guilds that joined an alliance together. You can join alliance with up to 2 other guilds, but to note here is that that is not available in-game currently. It is not working joining an alliance in-game. You can only do that via the PG admin server management, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. The other benefit though, beside the guild chat, is that if you go to the Hunters Festival and register for the event, then all guilds in the alliance will be joining together. So if you have an alliance with 2 other guilds and you join the event, then you all will be set in the same team and join the event simultaneously. So that is like the other benefit. If there's more benefits to it, maybe, maybe not. I didn't figure that out yet, so bear with me. But what I can show you now is here inside of PG admin. How do you make an alliance? Well, you're gonna go to your server database, of course, which is most likely Reboot. Under schemers, going down to the tables, you can then search first of all for the guilds table. On the guilds table, you're gonna right click, view data, all rows, and then you're gonna see the list of all your guilds. What you want to note down here is the guilds that want to join an alliance, you need the IDs for them. The IDs here, the guild IDs. If you noted those down, then you can just move on to guild alliances table, right click, all rows, view data, and then you can start doing this. You see here the headers, which tell you what is. And we're gonna go and head and click on the little plus icon here and add another row if you don't have any row. And then we can start filling these in. The ID needs to be unique. This is like another ID list, and the ID for the alliances needs to be obviously unique for every alliance. You can actually leave this alone at default because this should auto assign an ID. But just in case if you run into problems, check if the IDs are unique for each alliance. Then you can choose a name. I'm not sure where this is shown, but I'm guessing the alliance you form has its own name, so we just call it Space Groove right now. As you can see here, you have a maximum of 24 character limits apparently. Then on the timestamp, not sure if there's any problems if you don't do it, but just for the sake of it, as soon as you do the alliance via PG admin, just type in now and then OK. Thanks to Wish telling me how to do that. And then on the parent ID, the sub ID 1 and sub ID 2 is obviously what we're gonna do here. We're gonna add the IDs you noted down from the guilds you want to join. So as you saw, my guild I had there, the only guild on my private server is 1, so we're gonna put 1 here, and then you're gonna put into these 2 whatever alliances you join with whatever guilds. So let's say you have 5 guilds and you join with the 4th guild ever created on that server, which most likely has the ID of 4, and you put 4 in here, and then oh yeah, I joined with 2, we join 2, and then we have our alliance made up. To save this, we're gonna go here, press F6 or this little pancake icon here with the little floppy disk, and save the changes. And boom, this should be done. I can't guarantee that this is like completely bug free because obviously I can't test this on my private server right now. I have only access to. And yeah, you can test and mess around with this. Just be aware that I'm not sure what happens if you have like IDs like overlapping, you don't have unique IDs, or you like put alliances into guilds that don't exist. This could actually mess up things, so make sure that everything is like set up correctly. If there's problems happening, I don't take responsibility, but if you want to join alliances then this is the way to do at the moment. So if you look now at rank level 2, which is 48 RP points, then you get your guild hall, the first guild hall. You get an item box in there, a Rasta. So if we look at that, this guild is like level 4 right now, but if you reach like rank 2, you can enter the guild hall finally. One thing I wanted to check out with you guys before we go now and check the rest of the guild stuff is if you go just over here to a random player and then go to the show the sub menu, you can see all kinds of information. You can check like the hunter carrier, their rosters, the equipment status, etc., the PvP status, even adding to blacklist. But you can also invite people from here, this menu, to your guild if they're not in any guild or etc. I never done this over this menu. I know people mostly just apply to it. So over this guild receptionist, so you maybe want to just stick to that if this is more familiar with you then. But we're gonna check, let me switch to my other characters so we can show off the rest of the things. So back now at my private server again, where we can show off the rest of the things. Let me show you real quick the bonuses for the cat. So if you're gonna look over here, you can see that this bonus window shows you the buffs. This is actually depending on the loggings per week. So I'm not actually sure if this feature works, because I definitely didn't log in 60 times this week. Usually how this feature works, it could be just right now not like completely functional, just like applies these buff all the time, or they're just visually there but they're not applied. I can't tell you that. That is like all buffs for your cats only. Everyone's cat in the guild gets these extra buffs, which is like attack and health and whatever. But they depend on active numbers during the week. If your people log in like 60 times during this week, like this is the maximum amount of people that can join the guild, like the members joining, you can also, as the guild leader, use RP points to actually increase these logging numbers when you don't have enough members to hit the limit. Like if you have 30 members limit and there's only like 20 members in your guild, you can like crank with your RP points the rest of these people in. Pretty neat, but again, I'm not sure if this actually works. On another note, I forgot to like go over the guild goal menu real quick. And the guild goal menu is, yeah, setting the goal and doing all stuff related to that. But as I say, this is not functional at all. So I could just put in a goal right here and then see like for what buffs, like attacker +6, for example here, defenser +10. And I can just choose any of this right now and it will do nothing. It will literally do nothing because these are just not functional. Like I can confirm this. But then the guild goal, when I check on the guild menu, will be not anyhow changed, as you can see here. So you need to wait until this is actually made functional at some point. Also, one neat little thing is, which I never showed, is that, as you remember in the Poogie video I mentioned, that you can, when you're donating points to the Poogie stuff, you can actually switch the numeric position to faster donate points. Like in the Poogie menu you have only 2 of these, but as you can see here, if I just put like all the points in here, I can't go higher than 9 because this is just the limit. So most people will just go do, oh yeah, I do 9 points, donate them, do another 9 points, donate them, do another 9 points, which gets tedious of course. But if you just go over here and put in 10, bam, then you donate 10 points or 90 or 99. And of course the same for the hundreds or thousands. This is something that maybe is a little quality of life thing most people don't know. You can just switch the positions with left and right and then just like put more numbers in. But as we mentioned, when you reach Hunter rank 2, you can enter your guild hall finally and just going in here. So very important, this is not how your guild hall looks like. The guild halls change according to your level. You get a new one of a certain level and this first one is just a giant tent. And features along the way with the guild hall change unlock with the levels. This is a progressive feature and you know how much I'm a sucker for progressive features, that is. So you can imagine how much I gonna tell you go the way, play, because it's a nice way to like see your progress playing a game, and it's lovely. Going from like a pleb tent to something like this, oh yeah. And we obviously go over all these features and interactions here in a second. We're just gonna finish first the levels and what you get on these levels and unlock. So if you reach 2, you have your first guild hall, which is the tent, the item box, Rasta. Then when you go to rank 3, where you need 96 RP points, you get the guild shop, and you can have 10 more members, so the limit raises from 30 to 40. Then on rank 4, 144 RP points needed, you get guild quests and guild meals. On the rank 5, which needs 192 RP points, you get the first guild Poogie, the store discount for the guild shop and stores in general, and you can pet Poogie itself. Then on the rank 6, which needs 240 points, you get the Poogie shop, you can change Poogie and feed Poogie. On the rank 7, which needs 288 points, you'd get the first hole change into the small hole, you get an extra item box page, you get 10 more members for your guild you can have, and you get also 10 stamps. I'm not sure which stamps they exactly mean. I'm guessing it's like guild stamps or something, but you get stamps. Then on 8, where you need 360, you get 4 types of clothes for Poogie, for the guild Poogies. Then on 9, where you need 432 points, you get another 2 types of guild Poogie clothes. Then on rank 10, you get 4, where you need 504 points, you get the large hall, the next hall upgrade, you get another item box page, and you get another 10 members, plus the bonus menu and another 10 stamps. On rank 11, where you need 600 points, you get the second guild Poogie. Then on rank 12, with 696, you get a third guild Poogie. On rank 13, where you need 792 points, you get limited time quests and tournament quests unlocked. On rank 14, you get 888 RP points, and you get G rank quests unlocked inside of the guild. With 15, you need 984 points, but then you unlock the guild cooking feature. On rank 16, with 1080 points needed, you get the Adventure Cat feature, and with rank 17, where you need 1200 RP points, you get the last things unlocked, which are the bonus menu slots and hunting road quests inside from here. And I guess we just do it in order, how we just started, and that is the guild cooking. So what do we need to know about guild cooking? Well, guild cooking is pretty much an extra buff, food buff, you also say, which holds up to 90 minutes. This buff can be like eaten by everyone at the guild, of course, and you can store up to 6 different buffs for 1 hour at the Feline Chef to switch on the go if you need them. Guild foods or guild cooking is like very important for some endgame stuff. Like, for example, getting 55 resistance in some element, for example, to negate, like, Zenith Blights. To put it simple, you have the guild cuisine over here. You can cook with up to 4 players. The better the players perform, as better. First of all, you're gonna start, and you can do up to 4 people, but you can also just do it solo. You have 2 options here. You can do the cooking and Chef's Wisdom. Chef's Wisdom is just an extra little buff you can buy with guild tickets, which is its own little currency. We're gonna come to the guild quest later. This gives you just like the little edge to make the game a bit easier for you to handle on cooking. So you can look into that if you want to. But we're gonna look for cooking, of course. So if you go and start cooking now, and if you have the ingredients, then you can start and choose ingredients. So to note here is very important. Depending on the choices you do here, there will be different outcomes. And there is on Farius a list with all the cooking recipes, so you definitely want to look at that if you want some good results. Of course, you can experiment around if you don't mind having some learning process, but the base is you choose a name and then you can choose ingredients. The yellow, the basic one, will be the base ingredient you need to put in, and then you can choose the like extra ingredients pretty much. But I need to be very honest here. There's some stuff I still don't understand myself. For example, sometimes it just fills up automatically ingredients and sometimes it doesn't. Also, there's like different colored ingredients sometimes, which I'm not quite sure what they mean exactly. So this is something you maybe need to figure out yourself. But just keep in mind that you can do recipes. Maybe it just means when it resets that these recipes are just not available for you. You maybe just need to try something else. So if I try this, it doesn't work. If I try this, it doesn't work. And you just go on until you like figure something out. For example, here this works. So just experiment and try out, or just look up the recipes in the ferias. We're just gonna cook right now to give you an example. So if I choose the ingredients and then go, the minigame will start and you need to pretty much spam the confirm button in the matter you're gonna see in a second. As you see here, we have a line we need to hit, and blue is obviously the best because it's the shortest one, and you just need to be staying in this area to increase this paw prints icons. And depending how well you do that, and everyone in the group, the effect of the recipe will be stronger. But we have success, so we're getting plus 20 defense right there. So if you made some food, then you have over here at the Feline Chef, you can check all the foods you made. You can store up to 6 different foods for a certain amount of time and then switch between these like buffs if that is like your wish. As you can see here, I just made some random food. It just turned out to Guild Money Yummy Nape, which is like the worst thing you call get, which gives you like completely random effects, alright? So if I switch now between these two, it just gives me random effects. This one gives me power health. If I switch back, it does something else. Bam, Drain Rest plus 20. So this is just completely random. But you can find the pre-made foods here and then using the buffs for a certain amount of time. Ingredients, on the other hand, you need to get on different ways. One way is to get some basic stuff over here at the guild shop. Pretty simple to buy. You can just buy them over here. He has like a variety of different ingredients you can buy and use. But there's also other ways. The Adventure Cat feature, which we're gonna check in a second, has also ingredients you can earn. And the Diva Defense has also apparently some sort of rewards. Like Interception, like the Diva Defense event is obviously not available right now. So we need to wait until that comes in play and then we can check on that. But this is like the basic of the cooking. As better you do, as better buffs. And if you want something specific, something consistent, look up the recipes because otherwise you're gonna be stuck with like random effects like me. Then next to it we have the guild message board. This is exactly what you probably gonna think it is. It is a message board to check for the guild. It's a neat little thing. For people communicating mostly over text-based stuff in-game, so I can post here a message, and if I'm offline, other people from the guild, when they come in here, they can check the message when I say, oh, we're gonna do, or we wanna prepare a Raviente hunt on date X, so make sure if you wanna participate, come that day into the guild, right? Or come that day online in channel X. You can like meet up, do like funny messages too if you want to, and just have a little fun in your guild. So if you go here and post a message, choose a title, which I'm gonna just do for purposes. This video will be trending #1. And then you can choose even a little sticker which the game has, and yeah, they're pretty cute. Like what do I always say? Frontier is the Simpsons of the Monster Hunter series. You thought Monster Hunter World had stickers first? No, it didn't. It started all in Frontier. Frontier did it all. Then we can post a message and you can see the message here. Other people yourself can also like the posts. Just like that. Has a like. And yeah, go wild with this one, I guess. They also, as you see, have their second channel, which is Guild Notices. And I think this is probably just available for the guild, yeah, the guild leader, I'm guessing. I'm not sure if there's any difference. I'm guessing this could be maybe an announcement or something, where they say, yo, we have a guild announcement when you join the guild, but I'm not sure about this one. But I guess it's a little neat space for the guild leader to put stuff. But yeah, of course you can also delete them, as you see that down there, if you need to get rid of them, because from what I noticed, this messages stay forever there, unless you like move them. Then we have something which people are probably interested in, and that is the guild Poogies. These Poogies are separated from your own Poogie, of course, and these are mainly for giving you a certain buff. You can like get clothes for these Poogies, and depending on what clothes they have, if you then feed them and take care of them and pet them, you can get different buffs from them for, I think, the entire day until you log out or something. So that is pretty helpful because they have some neat little things. So first of all, if you maybe remember, I mentioned the discount in the guild menu, like the guild shops. And this discount can be activated if you pet the Poogie successfully. This goes up to 15 times and stays for like 12 hours. Or if you mess up the petting or log out. It gives you up to 15% discount on the shops, and that can be pretty helpful if you like lacking money or maybe some tickets to buy certain things. To get the skills, on the other hand, you need to have the Poogies wear the specific cloth with whatever skill you want, and then you need to feed the Poogie to activate it. The Poogie has different options. You can pet it, you can feed it, and you can see the skills that is active. You can also rename them, which I think can only the guild leader do. The guild leader also can only purchase and change clothes for Poogies, so keep that in mind. But you need to feed the Poogies to activate their skill, and they need to love it. The food system works very specifically on the Poogies. So you need to stuff food into your Poogie until the Poogie loves it. That is kind of depending on how much you please your Poogie. You can have just loving it on the first try or after a certain amount of tries. How it works is the Poogie loves certain food and certain food he doesn't like. So if you give him pleasing food that he likes, then you have a chance, a 50% chance the first 5 times you're feeding him, that he will loving it and activate the skill. Anything beyond that, like 6 and upwards, will 100% activate the food. So if you get unlucky, which is by 50% pretty damn unlucky, so if you feed him 5 times with the pleasing food and don't get the loving active, then you're definitely gonna get it on the 6th try. So you maybe need to handle that a bit, but yeah, Poogies love eating. One thing I forgot to mention is that you need to have the food for the Poogie in your inventory apparently, which, yeah, otherwise it's not showing up in the feed menu. As you can see here, I have Poogie crackers in my inventory, but I have also them in my inventory, like in my box. So I can't use them, I need to use them in my inventory. So if you maybe got confused about that, sorry. You need to have it in your inventory. Then after the Poogies, we can talk about the Rastas. So everyone knows probably the legendary Rastas. And if you have a guild, the legendary Rastas can pop up in your guild randomly. Like any of the legendary Rastas come up here. And you can contract them to one quest temporarily. This doesn't cost any legendary tickets from what I know, or assist cores. You can just get them for one quest right as they are. This is like every day, if I'm not sure. It could be maybe just 12 hours, but how the nature of this works is it's probably one day. So if you see a legendary Rasta, you can walk up to him and talk to him. Obviously the dialogues is not translated, so this could be a bit tricky for you, but you can contract them. This contract only works if you done the story of this character at least one time. So, story. Each of the legendary Rastas has apparently their own little storyline. Just like the Diva story, these characters have their own little things going on. You can accept these stories, and if you finish these stories, then you can contract them afterwards. I'm guessing this is permanent, like if I do the story once, then it's permanent that I can contract him whenever he's like coming back here, because you can only get them for one quest, and some of the stories need to do your like little quest line where you need to do 3 different quests to actually get them, which won't be a bit counterproductive because then no one will want to do it if it's not permanent. I did one story for one character and tried that out, and yeah, I didn't got her back yet, so we need to see that at some point. But for now, just know that you can accept the story of these characters. They're gonna tell you something, and then usually you need to meet them somewhere. On my other legendary rosters, I had like 2 different stories accepted, and they wanted me to meet them at the Diva story fountain. So if I go over here, some people probably like started the story or tried it out before, but if you talk with the Diva story cat now, after accepting the story from the legendary roster, then the legendary Rasta story will activate instant of the Diva story, and it also blocks it, so you can't accept the Diva story at all when you do a legendary one. So you can accept the legendary quest here, do it, and then afterwards it will be done. This is exactly like Diva story. You need to maybe talk to some NPCs and do some specific quests, etc, etc. It is a little quest line thing. I'm pretty sure this resets when you log out, so you need to do it before logging out or accepting new. But the problem is, if the time window is like closed, like if the legendary roster leaves, then obviously you can't redo it. You can cancel the story anytime actually and redo it. There's no penalty in that. After you've done the story, then can contract them. You can take them to one quest, and after you've done one quest with them, you need to wait until next time they show up. This is random, like I didn't saw any specific way to influence this, but they're temporary, so you can just have them on top of the other legendary rosters, I'm pretty sure, and then have 2 or up to 3 legendary rosters in your group. And from what you know is that legendary rosters can get pretty busted. You don't have the assist scores or you don't have the tickets, then you still have a chance to let them help you out on a quest or even carry you if you struggle with something. But remember, it's only one time and you need to depart from the guild hall. So if you contract them and then have the NPC options turned to having the legendary rosters on top and on, then they should 100% join on the next free slot that is available. Then we have the Adventure Cat. Adventure Cat is exactly what it sounds like. Another cat that goes on adventures for you and pretty much brings you back items, special items even. The cat needs 6 hours to return from her adventures, so if you send the Adventure Cat out, you need to wait 6 hours until it comes back. The reward will not go away until you collect it actually, so you can, if you forget it, don't worry about it. But important here is that the rewards from the Adventure Cat are shared between the guild members. So if you send an Adventure Cat before another one claimed their reward, it's gonna be overwritten by the next Adventure Cat. As you can see here, you have the options to send it to a specific location, cost RP points, very important, and the cat will just go and do its thing. Pretty much simple as that. After the cat did deploy, you can then talk to this cat again, and you can support the adventure with guild tickets. This costs a certain amount of tickets and you need to do it in order. So if I wanna have like this adventure will surely be a great success or succeed, I need to do at the 2 reward slots, which is 50 tickets each. So as you can see here, we need 50 tickets to unlock the first one. And then after that we can talk again and put another 50 for another reward slot with another 50 tickets. Then next to the Adventure Cat we do have the guild box. The guild box material gift box does not work as of yet. Wish told me that this function is not available at the moment, and what it usually is, you get, when a guild member hunts a monster, you get materials from that monster in this guild box shared. So that is a thing. But on the other hand, the shared guild box feature should work without problems. This is exactly what it says. You can put items for other people in the guild in here so they can take it. And now you maybe remembered what I said about that the rarity of the guild assist tickets, etc. was like rarity 4, even though only the guild leader can buy them from there, is kind of weird. And I agree, it is kind of weird. Just saying, if you like buy something from the guild shop outside which the guild leader only has available at its disposal, and you want to share it with your fellow hunters, you can do it with the guild box pretty easily. Like you can buy the PvP versus items and just like put them in here for the other hunters to claim whenever they need them. But that's a thing to do with the guild box. The other feature with the materials is hopefully fixed at some point, and that seems like a really nice thing to interact with other people in the guild if they just do jolly hunts and having a jolly time together. I'm guessing, and that is my guess, you probably need to depart from the guild hall on quests, and then these quests will be registered to share material. How this works exactly, how much materials you get, or in what frequency, no idea. But if it's available, I'll let you know. Then you have your little item box, which is pretty straightforward, the quest board, and the 2 quest counters. So the G-rank quest lady is exactly the same as you would find her outside of the thing, but the guild cat over here has the other good stuff that is exclusively to the guild. Beside the normal things like the HR event quests, the hunter quests, and the etc, it has the guild quests. Guild quests are special quests. First of all, the add request thing is also not working. And if you try to use this, this will crash on the current translation patch. This is fixed with the next translation patch, so don't worry about that. But don't just touch this feature, it will crash you. This is like some separate option for something we don't exactly know yet, as of now, because this feature is not working. It is apparently something separate from the guild goals, we figured, so we will eventually see what this is, but for now just ignore the add request thing. But you can do the training support quests, and you can also do the quest orders. Quest orders are very special though. Quest orders are mainly there to give you guild tickets. How these quests interact with the multiplayer, I can't really tell you exactly. Because as you can see here, they want 90 well-done stakes. And obviously you can't do this in one go. So the thing is, there's a notification about that the quests still can be completed if they fail. But if you abandon them, then no. So my guess is that you can, I don't know, go in there, deliver, like, if you go with 4 people, you can do 40 well-done steaks, technically, right? Because of the 10 raw meat. So you can go in there and do that. And then you probably just come back to this quest and do it again. And it's maybe done. I'm not exactly sure about this. Like, I didn't test these quests out yet. But obviously, stuff like this 90 well-done steaks is something very specific, and most people probably just go and hunt a yankuku or something. So, but if you're adventure full, then you maybe want to check stuff like the well-done steaks out too and try it. But if you want guild tickets, this is the main way to get them. Then we have only 2 more NPCs to talk about, and the first is the guild shop. The guild shop is what you would expect from outside. It is the combination of the hunter bento and the bento-related grocery store and the general store to some extent. Obviously you see you don't have the GCP shop etc here, but you can do bentos and some other options. The normal options for buy, sell and buy to box shop is straightforward. You can buy a certain range of items here, including Poogie crackers for example, and ingredients for the guild cooking. Then you have the exchange ticket shop, where you can buy a special inventory with guild tickets. Why special? Because this resets over time. You can buy a certain amount of items from these shop. Some of them are limited, some of them are not. Some of them you can buy whenever, but some of these items you can limit and then just have, I don't know, you can buy only 10 life powder per day, for example. And then you need to wait until it resets. This is like a daily reset shop. Then you have also the daily gift you can take. You can go to your guild daily and then grab this daily gift, which is like an assortment of a few items, which is pretty nice. And then you have also the Poogie options, which are probably important, because the Poogie options allow you to buy clothes. For the Poogie, which I told you that these give special buffs regarding the Poogies. You can also change the clothes from the Poogies here, so you can choose the Poogies. If you renamed them, of course, it's easier. But you can change the clothes here, you can buy the clothes, which needs materials, and you can also buy clothing materials. Just a few of them, not all of them, but some of them. So if you look at the viewing the required materials here with the info button, you see that you need a truckload of items for some clothes. For example, here you need white tough fabric 75 times, flexible medicine 22 times, and appropriate parts 30 times. Whew, that's a lot of items. But these items usually have low rarity and can be shared in the guild box, so guild members from your guild can help you out putting the items together here, and then you can put them out, buy the clothes as the guild leader, and change the clothes. That is a really neat interactive feature for the guild for the guild goals together, and I really like this. This is really neat. Just make sure that you communicate with your guild members if you do this together. And depending on what clothes you put on your Poogie, there's different buffs, of course. Then the last cat over here is the guild treasure fair line. How this works is you can send cats you send to your guild from here to treasure hunts to get special items. I made again a little footage video, which I'm probably just gonna talk over, so I'm pretty sorry for any desynchrone with my talking and the shown footage. But it's probably just easier to understand if you have that in the background. So I'm gonna talk over it. Don't wonder why it's desync. How this works is pretty simple. You're gonna go over to your support area. And then over from your support area, remember the partner board maybe, where you can partner dispatch option and choose one of the cats to go to the guild. So if I dispatch Sugar Daddy over here real quick to the guild hall, then he will be available to be used in the treasure hunts. So as you can see here now, when we send him here, then he will be available in the list to be used. Again, you will see this in the footage, but I'm gonna explain it real quick how this works. You need to have at least 2 different cats. Every guild member can at least dispatch 1 cat to the guild hall. And then you can choose from the list of that cats to go on a treasure hunt. If they've done the treasure hunt, these cats will be on the cooldown for 12 hours, so you can't send them again if you've done it already. So obviously, as more cats you have from different people, as more and often you can do treasure hunts. But this also means you need at least to have 2 different people with their cats. The good thing is, and the good news is, you can still do this solo if you just do, for example, on your private server, you can just do a random account. If you like on a private server, for example, if you play solo, you can just go and do a random dupe account, join your own guild, have a cat and dispatch that cat onto the guild and then just leave it alone. You don't need to manage that. The cat will stay dispatched as long as you have it there, so you can make 5 different dupe accounts just to have their cats. But the thing is, the success rate of the treasure hunts depends on the color of the cat and depends on the level of the cat. So higher level cats obviously have better chances. But you can still do it offline, of course, so that's like a good thing. What I mean with the color is, if you look through the different areas, they have different flag icons. Each flag icon has a color. Depending on what flag color it is, you can match the cat's color from the list to have better success rates and better loot. Obviously, you need to have one leader cat at least, and then you can put another cat somewhere else. But you can put up to 5 different ones if you want the maximum outcome here. These treasure hunts, or these cats, take up to 45 minutes. It can be less, it can be more, like I think the minimum is like 25 minutes or something. Or 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And then you can claim your rewards. If they come back, there's a 33% chance that you also get the treasure report on that. The treasure report, on the other hand, is a special little side feature you can do. If you grab the report, you can accept the report, and then the same local you send the treasure in, you need to do a quest in that local. So if I send the cats to the jungle and they come back with the treasure report and I accept it, then I need to go to any jungle quest, it doesn't matter. I just need to have any quest in that area, and somewhere in that area, randomly, there will be a blue shiny object which you can just gather and pick up. And if you then finish the quest, you can get back to the guild treasure fair line, and the reward basket has extra treasure on top of it. Pretty neat and interesting feature, I must say, and yeah, something to keep in mind. There's only a 33% chance each time they come back, so it's something you maybe don't get that often, but something you maybe want to do when you get it. There's also some extra rewards you'd usually get, like an extra mechanic where you get like souvenirs, but this souvenir feature is currently not working, which told me, so this is something we need to wait for. And this was pretty much everything related to the guild so far. This was actually the last bigger area, I would say, which you need to cover. There's obviously still some things we need to cover, and at some point I just need to wait until the leftover features are added, and then I make like a little compilation video of these features, I guess. But for now, the guild is done, and next we need to take a look at some things like my missions, of course. But for this video, this was it. I thank everyone who was here. You have a lovely evening, day, or wherever you are. I hope this video helped you out, and thanks to Ten again, 10 Skyline from the Rain server, helping me out with some footage video material for the guild features. And I'm gonna see everyone in the next video, stream, Discord, wherever, whenever, and hope you all have a lovely day. Bye bye and good night.